This brave lifesaver is a one-man, or rather a one-dog rescue squad. In fact, that cask around his neck is full of brandy that he's taking to some lost traveler.
The St. Bernard and its barrel of life-saving brandy is a famously warm and fuzzy fable that you want answered. Will the arrival of a keg on legs really keep you alive? Or is it, you knew this was coming, just a shaggy dog story?
I've actually heard that alcohol has the opposite effect, and it cools you down, not warms you up.
Yeah, that's strange, because I swear it has a warming effect when I drink it.
Should be pretty straightforward to try.
Yeah, I think so. I think all we need to do is find ourselves a nice big freezer, a way of monitoring our body temperature, drink a few shots of the hard stuff, and see what kind of change occurs. Since this whole test is about whether or not there's any change in our body temperature from the drinking of the alcohol, we need to know exactly what our body temperature is. And this isn't a thermometer under the tongue or one in the ear or one on the skin. We need our core body temperature measured. So we're bringing in a brand new piece of technology called a core body temperature capsule. Here we go. It's basically a passive radio. It goes into our stomach, keeps track of our core body temperature, and we check in on it with this. We hold this up to our bodies, and boop, it tells us what our core body temperature is, and a couple days later, we pass it. They're disposable!
The second one is around check in on how we actually feel.
On a coldness scale, 1 being the coldest and 10 being not cold at all, where do you stand?
8.
8. You're just a little bit cold.
Yeah. The third one is that we're going to be using a thermal imaging camera to check our heat signatures on the exterior of our bodies.
Wow, you look funny. Oh, I can see you breathing. Basic temperature of your left hand, 94.1.
Since we always want to be authentic on Mythbusters, Bob here, a St. Bernard, is going to be delivering the brandy to us. Isn't that right, Bob?
We are at the very perfect place to test this myth at a company called Dean's Services. And they've got 125,000 square feet of freezer-cold rooms at 0 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the temperature we're going to be working at. Oh, what's your core body temperature? Let's get a baseline before we get into the cold.
98.29.
Now I'm 98.24. Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
10 minutes into the test, and the guys get the first piece of relevant information. And it's not what you'd expect.
My temperature's been steadily going up. It's now at 98.56. What does yours say?
Yeah, I'm going up too. I'm at 98.9. I haven't read up on this, but the fact that my internal body temperature is rising while I'm feeling like I'm getting colder says to me something like my vascular system is clamping down on my extremities and keeping the heat inside.
He's nailed one of the key responses of all endothermic animals to the cold. The superficial blood vessels constrict, preventing heat loss through the skin and directing blood to critical internal organs.
As they approach the hour mark,
my hands are starting to hurt.
The guys finally reached a point where they need rescuing. They've reached the limits of their endurance, at least for a voluntary, safely monitored situation like this.
Cold.
So it's time for the crucial round of pre-brandy data collection.
I'm 98.49.
Their ingested thermometers are showing stable internal temperatures.
Subjective testing. Coldness scale, 1 to 10.
I'm saying I'm at least about a 2.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment. Extremities?
Extremities are painful. My hands are hurting, my head especially.
And the thermal camera, as well as providing Adam with entertainment to confirm Jamie's earlier theory. Despite their stable core body temperature, their extremities have plummeted by over 20 degrees.
Oh, my fingers hurt.
Okay, your face is 65 degrees.
With the numbers noted, there's just one thing left to do. And at the limit of their cold weather endurance, they need rescuing.
Get the brandy up.
But is the mythical shot of brandy the right way to go?
There we go. Cheers. That's good brandy.
The immediate signs, at least on a subjective level, seem to back up the myth.
Yeah, the brandy sort of helped a little bit.
There's definitely a feeling, a distinct feeling of a warm glow happening down here.
A few minutes after downing the supposedly life-saving shots, the guys rustle up another set of data. And although their body temperature remains stable, numbers for skin temperature are very interesting.
Face is 74 degrees.
Which is an increase of 9 degrees from their pre-brandy temperatures. And the science backs up the numbers. Alcohol does in fact dilate your blood vessels, leading to flushed cheeks and more blood flow to your skin.
There we go.
And to find out if this effect is really helping fight off the cold, cheers! Another shot is called for. It's time to gather the last set of data.
Okay, face, 72 degrees.
Again, the thermal camera shows the guy's skin temperature to be higher than or equal to pre-brandy numbers. But critically, the same can't be said for their core body temperature,
97.37.
which is a sudden and worrying drop of a whole degree. With that last observation, it's time to pull the plug, get warm, and draw some conclusions. In summary, alcohol dilates your vascular system, which sends blood to your extremities where it loses its warmth. And as a result, your core body temperature quickly cools.
I gotta tell you, right after that second brandy, I was thinking, I understand what this myth is all about. Oh no, alcohol also has a diluting effect. My blood was thinning and moving more towards my extremities, making me feel more comfortable.
But right after that, your core body temperature started to drop like a stone.
Right, which is precisely the opposite of what you want to happen in a freezing cold situation.
So, in the short term, it might make you feel good, but ultimately, it's the last thing you want to do.